Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
Hey guys, this is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw. Going In Raw. That sounds terrible.
What's up? It's your girl, Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you are watching Going In Raw. You like that?
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Lars.
Yeah, welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here, youtube.com/Steve Larson. And in the audio realm, leave us a rating, review, comment. It's Wrestlemania. We're here, Larson. It's here. It's the biggest time of the year. It's like Christmas for wrestling
Grandest
fans.
stage, Super Bowl, grandest stage of them all, World Series, all the Final Four, all tied into one.
The showcase of Immortal.
Yeah.
Isn't that's
Show of shows, yeah. You got
like
that right.
something should be like from Highlander, the Immortal.
And we got our live stream reaction happening starting 2 p.m. Sunday and going on to whenever the show ends, like middle of the day Monday probably.
Yeah, sometime into next May. We're also going to be doing live reactions for TakeOver tomorrow night. So that should be fun.
At, we'll say, maybe we'll try to do 3:30.
I'm hoping 3:30.
If not 4 for sure.
4 for sure. I'll definitely be here by 4.
We'll be here for the start of the main card.
Dude, I really want the thing that I'm looking forward to most of TakeOver.
$1 million challenge.
The $1 million challenge.
You know, and here's the thing.
I want to be here for that.
I really feel like since they have they're doing TakeOver Friday, of course, next night at Madison Square Garden. They got the G1 Supercard. I really feel like NXT is going to pull out all the stops and make sure they're the talk of the weekend, not G1 Supercard.
Well, you start that with $1 million challenge. You show a guy with a sack of $1 million bills.
Not just a guy, the dude with the gold bow tie.
Our guy.
Yes.
We need to figure out what his name is.
Yeah.
That guy's going all the way.
Yeah,
Guarantee it.
I'm disappointed that the dude dressed as a frog didn't make it to the semifinals, but
I don't know what happened to Frogman.
But
at the end of the day, he's the guy dressed up as a frog.
Dude with gold bow tie.
He's a good second. He's a good backup plan for us. Guy with a good, you can't be frog guy. Anyways, hey, shout out to Red Bull. They're going to be keeping us alive,
awake
during
all weekend.
WrestleMania. They sent us like
6 cases of Red Bull.
A ton of Red Bull. Anyways, let's hop right into this, man. How good do you feel? You were all about it this morning when you came in.
Predictions, man. Predictions are fun. I love it.
Yeah, I'm into predictions. I feel pretty good about mine, though. I'll be honest, I feel pretty good about mine.
Yeah?
Yeah. And all the confidence points align with exactly how confident I am. I wish I can give one confidence point to everything because no, I'm fairly confident in mine. I'll be honest. I'm fairly confident. I've got a good balance of heel, face. I'm good. I think I'm good. I think some storylines are going to keep on going. I'm good.
All right, here we go. Let's kick it off with the Women's Battle Royal.
Yeah.
Asuka had a great showing on SmackDown this week after a not-so-great show in the week prior.
True.
Cleared the ring.
True.
That essentially means she stood tall, go-home segment. She's not going to win, unfortunately. They'll probably use this as an opportunity to further her feud with Mandy Rose. I thought about Mandy. I know you have too. At the end, they got to do something with Lacey Evans. Here's their opportunity to do something with Lacey Evans. She wins this battle royal. I have Lacey Evans winning 2 confidence points.
Well, we're going to start off on the exact same foot, so you can just go back and paste again next to my name.
All right.
I have basically I've stolen your answer from earlier when you mentioned that.
SmackDown preview.
I think that I think that they're going to go in this direction. That you're right. They need to do something with her. I'd love to say Asuka's above all that math, but at this point, I don't think she is. I think that they're going to use Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose and Asuka. They're all going to cancel each other out. If you look at other people, nobody else really has anything going on for them. Naomi's got a lot of stuff going on Twitter. I really wish that she would pull this out.
For the 2nd year in a row.
People love Carmella, but it really wouldn't benefit her much. I could see Lacey Evans. They're going to kickstart her big time after WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. This is how you do it. And there you go. I think it's pretty obvious. I'll go next. Buddy Nice.
Versus Tony Murphy.
Versus Tony Murphy. Buddy Murphy versus Tony Nese for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. Unfortunately, this match is not going to get the amount of time it deserves. It would be far better if it were to happen on a 205 Live.
Or on a lesser level pay-per-view or lower level pay-per-view. Sorry.
Muddy Murphy keeps on getting attacked by Noni Teese. And I just think that Buddy Murphy's going to come out on top. I love Tony Nese. I think he's great. I've got Buddy Murphy, and I've even got 7 confidence points.
I'll be honest. This is the match I think more than any that I went back and forth on.
Really?
Because if you look at the math on the go-home, there's a brawl between the two of them. It ends with Tony Nese dropping Buddy Murphy at the running knees. I thought, okay, for sure, that's it. Buddy Murphy's winning. But then they wrapped up the episode with that video package.
Yeah.
Does
that eliminate the go home?
No, it doesn't mitigate it completely, but it adds. It doesn't make it quite as clear cut. The whole point of this whole thing was reminding fans that Tony Nese, he has a chance.
Yeah, sure.
And really setting up the idea that Buddy Murphy he views himself as the greatest, as unstoppable. Mm-hmm. And here's Tony Nese, who might be the one guy, because he's been the closest to Buddy, to have the key to beating him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you look at that 205 Live roster, and it's like 90% heels. Like really the only faces that really could contend for the title right now are Tony and Cedric.
Yeah.
Cedric's wrapped up in something with Oni Lorcan. Mm-hmm. They're really working to build up Oni Lorcan because he's awesome. His match with Kalisto was great. And it just feels like if they don't put that belt on Tony now,
mm-hmm.
then Buddy's going to have that belt for a long time.
Yeah.
Because I don't really see, I can see Humberto Carrillo at some point getting built up enough to be champ.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite there yet.
Yeah.
And I can't really think of anybody else on the roster who they can build up to put in a feud with Buddy to eventually beat him.
Yeah.
So I'm picking Tony Nese. Eventually came around to Tony Nese. 5 confidence points.
Okay. Fair enough.
Because there's a wealth of heels for him to feud with.
Yeah.
A wealth. He can have that belt for 6 months and have awesome feud after awesome feud before eventually dropping it to Oni Lorcan, or if they finally come around this Mike Kanellis story, Mike Kanellis.
Yeah.
Because Mike Kanellis is like the most interesting story on 205 Live right now.
I agree with that. I like him a lot. They're going to do Oni versus Cedric coming up soon. That's where that's headed for a while. Mm-hmm. Who do you think chooses who the cruiserweight champion is?
Triple H.
I think so, right?
Yeah.
It's probably Triple H.
I know he really likes Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy is one of his guys.
Yeah, and I think that, dude, that's the thing, is that Muddy Murphy, he's really good. And you can afford to have a
Tony
Bruno-length
really
reign with him until they bring up Johnny Gargano to 205
I went back
Live.
and forth a lot on this one. As I was watching 205 Live, I went back and forth like 3 times.
Yeah, I love Tony Nese. I just think that Buddy Murphy's he's a franchise player, and Tony Nese isn't. And I think that, but what I didn't even see, where are they in the rate? They were doing okay in the ratings, and I don't think that really matters necessarily. Oh my God, 205 Live fell to 16th place this past week, and there was no competition. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I put Buddy Murphy, but I have 7 confidence. I'm actually fairly confident about this one. I'm middle of the road confident. With this one. I don't think it's really. I don't really. I think that he's the strong hand. You keep going with that. I understand your point about how heel heavy it is, but I just think that means that Buddy's going to be there for a while, and they'll just build up some more faces. I think that if it's anybody, it might be Humberto next, and I think that that's like 6 months from now.
Oh, at least.
And he'll have to topple. Humberto's the kind of guy. Humberto has the most baby of baby faces. Oh, yeah. And for him to come against this unstoppable machine in Buddy Murphy, I think that's likely for like 6 months or like even a year from now.
I would say next Mania, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Humberto taking on top heel for sure.
But that could be still Buddy Murphy.
Entirely possible. Like I said, I'm not entirely confident until he's picking up that belt, but I don't know. There's something tells me there's a decent shot that's going to happen. So why not? Oh, I like Tony Nese a lot. I'll pick Tony Nese.
Time to talk about the Andre the Giant Battle Royale.
Yeah, I'll go first here. If you look at the promotional artwork for this Battle Royale, there's 3 people really featured.
Yeah.
Everyone else, whoop.
Okay.
Really little.
Yeah.
One side you got Braun. Other side you got Michael Che and Colin Jost.
They're not. It's not going to be any of them.
It's the only 3 people worth talking about for winning this match.
It's not going to be any of them. There's no way they are being used as a big promotional thing. The outcome of this match has nothing to do with Colin Jost, Michael Che, or Braun Strowman.
A huge promotional thing for match on the kickoff show.
Yes, I know. It's on the kickoff show. None of it. Don't. Who are we going to?
I got Colin Jost 1 confident point.
No.
Yep. Yep. 1 confident point.
I think that's a load of silliness that will play out in a very silly manner, and this is not WCW. They're not going to have a David Arquette-esque champion or winner of anything. He's not going to be the guy with that Battle Royal thing.
Battle Royal doesn't mean anything.
You're right. No, it does. It means something. It
really doesn't mean much.
It means something. I'm glad you only put 1 confidence point.
Yeah, whoever I picked to win this is going to get 1 confident point.
It's Andrade. I gave him 3 confidence points. I have 3 points on Andrade Almas because I'm less confident in that. Or, I'm sorry. I'm more confident in that than I am the women's match. I have 1 point on the women's match, and that's because it's going to go the way I have it going the way I want it, not the way it might go.
Not Colin Jost totally win that, man.
I'll go next, kicking off the main card.
Oh, wait, what do you have? You had
Andrade with 3.
Andrade with 3. All right.
I think he was they already talked about his classic rivalry with Ray. I think that it's a shame that he's not on the main card in a match against Ray.
Yeah, that should be the match. Should have been Hair versus Mask.
For the United States Championship, I think it should have been.
Well, I was kind of wondering if they were going to have Ray versus Joe, and maybe the idea that Ray would, maybe not Mania, but eventually pick up the belt in transition to a U.S. title program with Andrade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe, rather than doing Hair versus Mask. Mm-hmm. But now if Ray's hurt, who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways.
Kicking off the main card, we have Shane versus Mr. Potato Face Jr., The Miz.
Yeah.
I think this feud is going to continue past Mania, and therefore I've got Shane McMahon winning.
Same.
He needs a Mania win. He's never won at Mania.
That's not true. He and Daniel Bryan won last year.
Yeah, Daniel Bryan, though. It was a Daniel Bryan thing.
Nonetheless,
Yeah.
say he's never won is
In
simply,
singles competition. Since his return.
Okay. So this is a pretty small sample size. Anyways, continue.
Like 4 matches.
There's a reason they
3
made this
matches.
false count anywhere. Interference take place outside the ringside area, which gives
Are we
Shane.
going to see the Mean Street Posse?
No, but we're going to see Sanity.
How great would it be to see the Mean
Oh,
Street
it'd be fantastic.
Posse?
I'd be very surprised.
What if he dresses up Sanity like the Mean Street
That'd be
Posse?
great. Who would be Rodney?
Well, Joey Abs is obviously Damo. Because he's like a real wrestler. He's like a big dude. He's the big dude. And then Rodney is Eric Young, and Pete Gass is Alexander Wolf.
I kind of feel.
Don't say Pete Gass is Damo. That's not right. You can't give Damo Pete Gass.
I don't feel like the roles fit anybody in Sanity.
If you go into a fight and you have Sanity at your back,
Yeah.
and you can only choose one guy to be your proxy, who are you going to go with?
Yeah, probably Damo.
And if you have the Mean Street
right,
Posse,
all right.
Joey Abs.
How many confidence points do you have on Shane winning?
6.
Oh, I have 10 on Shane winning. I think
Wow.
I'm pretty confident in this because of the possibility of outside interference. Shane could choose apparently up to 5 individuals to help him out.
Miz just buried Sanity.
Miz just has his dad.
And yeah, he's got Mr. Potato Face. Miz just beat Sanity all by himself. That's like the strongest of go-homes for him.
Yeah.
So he's going to have the strongest of losses.
Yeah, this should be a good match.
This is going to be fun. That's going to be a really fun match. Killer. Go next.
Next match, Usos versus Ricochet and Aleister Black versus Thebar versus Nakamura and Rusev. Now, my first instinct after finishing SmackDown last night was Rusev and Nakamura. They're not doing anything with them, so why not give them the tag titles? Because I know Ricochet and Aleister Black aren't winning. They stood tall to end the segment last night, or Tuesday night on SmackDown. They're competing for the NXT tag titles at TakeOver. They won't win that. And their future post-Mania is kind of up in the air from what I understand. Thebar, they just dropped the belts. They don't really need them. Which left me with Usos or Rusev and Nakamura. Rusev took the loss the other night on SmackDown. So they're on the losing end of the whole segment.
Yeah.
Math dictates they have a good chance of winning. So that was my first instinct. Then I heard the Usos re-signed.
Yeah.
That gave me pause.
Yeah.
Because I thought, well, maybe they would not keep the belts on the Usos for fear they wouldn't re-sign, therefore put them on a different team. So then I switched to Usos. But now, to get the heel-face dynamic balance right for the show, I'm going with Rusev and Nakamura. 3 confidence points.
Wow. Okay. All right. The Usos just signed a new contract, 5 years, and my insider says that the entirety of those 5 years they are contractually required to be tag champions. So I have oddly only 9 points on the Usos, but I do have the Usos with 9 points. I think that one of my picks much later on will, on its own, placate any fears that this is a face-heavy bout or
Interesting.
face-heavy card.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Interesting. I peeked ahead. Interesting.
Let's see here. I'll go next.
Yeah.
AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. Now, going into this, I would have given it to Randy Orton.
Yeah.
I totally would.
Yeah.
What did Randy Orton do last year?
Last year,
He wasn't in the U.S. title thing, was he?
Yeah.
Was he?
Yes.
Was that the Fatal 4-Way with
Yes. Bob Roode and Rusev and Jinder. Yeah.
Wow. Did he win that?
I don't recall.
Me neither. Or did Rude
I don't
win
recall.
that? I don't remember anyways, nothing of consequence. I really like this. But then he did the spot that I thought we were going to get at Mania.
Yeah.
He did it on SmackDown. He stood tall with the RKO
Yeah.
off the phenomenal forearm.
Yeah.
He's totally losing.
Yeah, sort of like when Finn got his coup de grace off the ladder and go home to Money in the Bank.
Yes.
You knew he wasn't winning Money in the Bank
Right.
at that point.
Right.
So I agree. AJ's winning. I have how many?
I have
8.
10.
I have 8.
Okay. Same ballpark.
Confidence points and AJ pulling out the win here. Should be a heck of a match, though. These two guys have done a hell of a job building up this feud with like a minimum of television time.
Yeah, I'm
It's been
really looking
good.
forward to this. This is good. This is one of those dream matches that just sort of sorts itself out. You know, like they have the exact perfect things they should be saying. You're here failing drug tests.
Oh, man.
Wow.
You're the new corporate bitch.
Whoa. You're the new corporate bitch.
You're the new. Ever since John Cena left, you've assumed the role as corporate bitch.
You can't be that if you're dropping turds in people's duffel bags. Anyways, you go next.
Oh, next, Triple H versus Dave Batista. Triple H put his career on the line. He's not going to retire from in-ring competition quite yet. Batista, he's probably one and done. This is probably his last WWE match. Next time we'll see him is for his Hall of Fame induction.
Well, here's the thing also. Yeah, I have Triple H also.
Yeah, Triple H is totally going over.
But here's the thing. I've got 11 confidence.
I have 14.
Wow, good job. Here's the thing about this, too. Is
How many, 11?
I have 11. Is if Triple H wins, like you're not limiting your options in the future.
Yeah.
It's not like Batista's career's not on the line.
No.
So
In fact, Batista said, this is the last thing I want to do in wrestling.
yeah. Although the fact that Triple H brought up John Cena makes maybe he'll do a Cena Batista thing. He said, you couldn't hack it because you couldn't beat John Cena.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll do that again.
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe.
I don't know.
Who knows? Depends what Dave wants to do.
Yeah, exactly.
When he has time for.
He's great. But yeah, I have Triple H with 11 points here. It's kind of the last time Triple H's career was on the line. Do you know who he fought?
Brock Lesnar.
And you know who won that match?
Triple H.
Triple H.
Yep.
Exactly. So,
Yep.
moving on. I'll go next. Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio Jr.
Not a certainty this match is even going to happen.
Yeah, they're WWE.com, anyways, reporting that Rey Mysterio. I didn't notice what the newsletter said. Dave Meltzer has an extensive breakdown of this show, and I wanted to see.
I would suspect you'd have a pretty large Mania preview in
Yeah,
this
he
week's
does.
edition.
Let's see here if he says anything
Here,
about
do
this.
a
Here,
search.
it's right here.
Oh.
We're not sure the status of the match because Mysterio suffered an ankle injury in his 4-1 match with Baron Corbin. The injury is legit and kept him off the SmackDown show in his match with Andrade. At press time, we don't know about WrestleMania. Okay. So, yeah, if this match happens.
I would suspect, this is just a guess, if they held him out of SmackDown but think he might have a chance of making Mania, we're talking some sort of ankle sprain. Grade 2, maybe.
Here's the deal. If he makes WrestleMania, Joe is still going to win this. Number one, it helps offset the heavy face balance of this WrestleMania, because I think a lot of face are going to go over. So it helps offset that. They just had Rey Mysterio job to Baron Corbin with a signature move.
That's the thing. Yeah, Ray has not been booked terribly strong of late.
He really hasn't. And so he's so much bigger than. I mean,
This match really hasn't had much build either.
It has had zero build.
The last we saw these two in the ring together, I think Ray got like a roll-up win or something on Joe.
Yeah, exactly. So I would imagine that Rey Andrade was going to end
with Joe interfering.
And then maybe even Ray getting the best of Joe to end that segment. which would the go home math would be Joe wins.
Yeah.
I think Joe, and I have 12 confidence points on Samoa Joe.
I have Joe winning as well with 7 confidence points.
If it's not Ray, are they going to replace the match with somebody else?
I would suspect. Maybe we'll get Joe Cena then.
That'd be interesting if they just sort of replaced. That'd be interesting. That'd be cool. I'd be down for that. In any event, Joe's walking away from WrestleMania with that title.
Oh, heck yeah.
Next, we've got Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin. Why don't you give your thoughts on this one?
Math should dictate that Corbin wins. However, this is Kurt Angle's last match.
Yeah.
Unless he's in there with a star of his caliber.
Yeah.
I feel like it's pretty much a shoo, and he's going to win. A Kurt Angle win would bring the story between these two guys full circle. They're not at least a bit concerned about humiliating Baron Corbin on a huge stage. It just kind of feels like the Baron got his win over Ray to kind of give you one last idea that he could potentially beat Kurt, even though Kurt stood tall to end Raw this week. I feel like the result will be the same at Mania. Kurt Angle wins in his last match, and I feel like that's that. Next stop, Starrcast 2 for Kurt.
I'll say this though, my only hesitation. I have Angle also, but only with 4 confidence
I have
points.
6, so it's not like it's a ton.
Here's the thing. A big part of me, there's a couple things here. Number one, you could get away with a Corbin win if Angle stands tall in the end in a feel-good moment. Nobody really cares about the win itself. Number two, they could do something here that completely eliminates a match in its entirety. Corbin might, sneak attack him before the bell. The bell never rings. Cena comes down. Who freaking knows, I'm just going to go straight up Angle with 4. Actually, you know what? I'll change it on the fly.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Corbin with 4. Here's the thing about Corbin. WWE really likes Baron Corbin.
They do.
They really like him.
They do.
He just main evented the Go Home episode of Raw. And then I think the math is whatever. But, I don't know. I only have 4 confidence points on it. So I'm going to go ahead and swing with Corbin because he's the new heel who they want heat on. Angle's going to be gone. So, and they've shown that they kind of don't really care too much about Kurt Angle, like enough to I don't know. He could easily lose this, have the last word, and that's going to be the lasting image of Kurt Angle. So I'm just going to give it to Baron Corbin.
All right.
With 4. This next one is where all my confidence points are.
The only real thing is this going to be this match going to last under or over 5 minutes?
Yes, you're exactly right.
That's really
the only question here.
Bob Lashley versus Demon Balor. We both have Demon Balor picking up the win. All confidence points, 15. Now I'll mention this now. You're probably wondering why is there only 15 confidence points? Because we haven't heard for sure if Cena's going to have a match. We haven't heard officially if that's going to happen. So I don't put a Cena match, who wins Cena match, where you don't know his opponent if it's even official. Same with Revival versus Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. As of us recording this Wednesday afternoon, that match has not been officially announced.
True.
Therefore, we'll work those two potentialities into our prop bets, but not into the actual predictions, because I don't want something like that not happening and messing up everything as far as the confidence point situation.
Yes.
Anyways, Demon Balor's totally winning. Him bringing the demon into the equation is basically a certainty. No, it's a lock that he is going to win.
Mm-hmm.
A lock.
Yeah.
So it just depends if it be like a Demon Balor versus Baron Corbin situation at SummerSlam, where it's an absolute squash match, or if they're going to let Lashley get a little bit of offense in.
Yeah.
That's really the only question here.
Yeah. I agree with that. Next up, Sasha and Bayley are defending their WWE Women's Tag Team titles against the Iconics, Nia Jax and Tamina, and then Beth Phoenix and Natalya.
Now tell me why you made your pick, 'cause that's interesting. Is it just to balance things out in terms of heel face?
Well, here's the thing. If they hadn't put that SmackDown title on the line, I could see. So here's the thing. I got Becky going over. I'm not even sure that's certain. I don't even think Vince really knows. at this point. He could change his mind pretty easily. I don't think it's in stone. I think that we're not going to get the 4 horsewomen standing tall at the end, all carrying titles. That's obvious because it's impossible, because Charlotte is not going to have her SmackDown title.
What if both Charlotte and Becky make Ronda tap at the same time? Then it could happen.
Well, then the ref has to decide, okay, you get this, you get this. Like the ref makes that decision? That don't make any sense. Which one does he do? So that can't happen. I mean, maybe the emotion of the moment will bring them all 4 together, and they can hold titles high, but Charlotte's going to be standing there without a title looking like a jerk. So I don't think that scenario is on the table. I just don't think that's on the table. Yeah. So then you end up with, well, what does Sasha and Bayley do after WrestleMania? I feel like they're in a stronger position to chase Nia Jax and Tamina, who are just sort of like been the heels laying in wait. Tamina's never had a title, which I don't really think factors into this, but I think it'd be cool to have her get a title. I just think that, again, to balance out the face stuff and the heel stuff, I think you have Nia and Tamina pick up the heat here. I don't see a reason why you need. We had the big feel-good moment with Sasha and Bayley when they won the damn things 2 months ago. So you don't need that here. Just give it to Nia and Tamina, and then let Sasha and Bayley chase them. There you go.
I kind of feel like, there's been kind of heat between Sasha and Bayley, Nia and Tamina, and Beth and Natalya. But for some reason, I feel like a lot of the heat is Beth with Nia and Tamina. That's like one of the stories they've been really working on.
Sure.
So I kind of feel like those two teams are kind of cancel each other out.
Okay.
And when you get down to Boss and Hug versus Iconics, Boss and Hug is booked incredibly stronger than the Iconics are.
And they have terrible chemistry in the
ring,
too.
They do. And while I'd love to see the Iconics get the win here, Sasha and Bayley retain. I think they're going to have these titles for a while.
Okay. All right.
That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
You say have 7 confidence points?
I do have 7 confidence points. 7 confidence points.
I have 9 on Sasha and Bayley retaining.
All right.
Because I kind of feel like if they're going to do the chase narrative with Sasha and Bayley, they would have had someone else win an Elimination Chamber. And that Sasha and Bayley chase to get that moment at Mania.
Yeah, but the thing is, the first big win, I think, matters so much. And then they drop them a couple months after a good run. They drop him to some heels, and they go chasing him again. Although there is the narrative of Sasha, and maybe they'll just keep this narrative up. Sasha losing her title soon after.
Defend a title.
She can't defend a title. Maybe they'll do that.
It's entirely possible.
But I could see Nia and Tamina coming out of this.
Next, Drew McIntyre taking on Roman Reigns. Math's holding true to this one. Roman has gotten basically 0 offense in against Drew this entire time.
He's even lost like one of his best friends to Drew.
Yeah.
Dean Ambrose has been murdered by Drew several times.
And keep that in mind, because I think that might play into the finish of the match.
Yeah, that could be.
I'm saying Roman picks up the win here.
I have 13 confidence points on Roman Reigns.
I have 12.
Yeah. He just came back from leukemia. And here's the thing. Drew, I think, is the perfect opponent for him for this, because I don't think, number one, Roman Reigns is going to be put through hell with Drew McIntyre, and it's going to take a lot, maybe even some brutality, cheating. This should be a no DQ match or a false count anywhere, something like that.
It really should be no DQ or no holds. Only have no holds barred.
But Drew is going to eat some Superman punches, some spears. He's going to laugh them off, but in the end, it's going to be too much. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to get probably the kind of match we all wanted with like Roman and Brock. We're going to get it with Roman and Drew.
Yeah.
Like this is going to be a throwback to like Roman Braun.
Yeah.
It's going to be that good.
Yeah. Destruction.
Yeah.
I hope so. Yes. Roman goes over though.
Yeah, totally.
Next, for the Universal title, a match that seemed more or less like a shoe-in 5 months ago.
Yeah.
Now, not so much.
Uh-uh.
In fact, I'm saying Brock retains 4 confidence points. I think you were right, have been right. They can push this to Saudi Arabia, to the show, which I guess just got pushed to June, I read somewhere.
Oh, no kidding.
I didn't confirm that. Let me confirm. But that's something they can definitely have a huge moment at that show, and because there's going to be plenty of huge moments at this Mania already.
I'm going to do this really quick. I'm going to just switch this up. Okay. So I have Nia and Tamina at 5 confidence points now, and I've upped Brock winning to 7 confidence points.
Oh, wow.
That's what I've done. So, yes, I've got Brock Lesnar winning. I think that Brock Lesnar winning is going to offset things like Samoa Joe winning. God, I don't have a lot of heels going over, actually. I've got, let's see here, Shane winning.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, the Usos are faces, but Ricochet and Aleister Black are going to go into that match of bigger faces than the Usos, I think.
So, yes, Meltzer reported in the Observer that's moved from May 3rd to June 7th.
Okay.
And then on...
What TV are we getting on 6/11?
SmackDown.
Oh, cool. I'm going to that.
Heck yeah.
So, yeah, I've got Brock going over here. I just think that, number one, the build has been bad.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, part of that's because
really,
Brock's never around. Also,
it's a really lazy build.
You know, Seth was hurt for a while, too.
Yeah.
Wasn't a whole lot of physicality.
No.
So, yeah, the build hasn't been great.
And I feel like this needs to be a main event win, and it's not going to be a main event here. So just kick it down the road. You know, I mean, no. The thing is, like, it's I don't know. It's sort of a formality. Like they just need to do it.
Yes.
I don't know. Next up, Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan. How many? Oh, I've got 14 confidence points on SOS. I think that this has been so hot. This has been hot heat right here. Kofi's hot. And I think that there is no conceivable way that they can have Kofi not walk out of WrestleMania as the champion. Not a conceivable way.
I would hope that's the case. There's been instances in the past where it seems like that's been the case.
That was like 20 years ago, man.
And it didn't happen. So that's the only reason I'm not giving it 14 confidence points. I have 13 on it.
Oh, wow.
So I'm immensely confident that Kofi is going to walk.
Confidence.
It's the third most confidence points I can give to him.
Yeah.
So I'm supremely confident that Kofi is going to come out as champion. Well, I guess not supremely, 15 to be supremely. I'm highly confident that he's going to walk out as champion. But if history has told us anything, sometimes WWE just doesn't do what they should do and need to do.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So that's the only reason I'm giving pause.
Yeah.
A little bit of pause, not a whole lot.
This is like you have not a lot of pause here.
No, not a lot.
Like this is a very, but
Just an iota, a scintilla of pause.
But you know, it's weird. That small amount of pause, there's a lot of mass there. You know, it's like a neutron star. It's really small.
There's a lot of rationale.
very
There's a
dense.
lot of logic behind that.
So much mass.
Little bit of highly dense pause.
Because it's very scary. It's the most scary pause there is.
Yeah.
That they could do that.
Yeah, I know.
But I don't believe that they will.
I
but
hope
they
not.
might.
I hope not.
But I don't think they will. But they might.
Yeah, they might. And finally, the main event for all the women's titles, winner take all.
Winner take alls.
Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair. Pretty confident in this one. Becky walks away with all the titles. 11 confidence points.
Oh my God! Wow, that's going to be everything. That's everything.
How many confidence points do you have on it?
One?
Really?
Yes, a single one. Do you know why? I will tell you why.
Why?
They don't know. They do not know right now. They do not know. I will tell you why. The same exact way that Brock Lesnar, they didn't know because he didn't sign a new contract until the day of the event that he's done. That's how many times have we heard that? Oh, yeah, reports are in. Brock just signed a new deal. He's been using this leverage to do this and do that. And then the plans change, and then they do this and they do that. They do not know. Vince does not know. Ronda Rousey is a big star. She's making $1.5 million, which is far and away. It's like 3 times what Charlotte Flair is making.
Reportedly, yes.
And I don't know what Becky's new deal is, but Ronda's making $1.5 million. Ronda might not even know. She might not even know. She might not even have told Vince. She might be like, yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Her ego might get in the way beforehand. She might not want to tap. I don't know. So I would think between that awesome sax tape of hers and the awesome go home segment on Raw with all the cops and stuff, maybe her ego as it pertains to pro wrestling isn't as fragile as it was with the UFC. Maybe she's totally fine. Maybe she loves and adores Becky Lynch and can't wait to tap for her because it's pro wrestling and it's fake. Who cares?
Hold on a second. You're excluding a potential outcome of this match.
What, Charlotte?
Yeah, the Charlotte taps because they want to kick the can down the road for Becky and Ronda at SummerSlam.
I think that'd be very silly to do that. I think that Becky Lynch has to make Ronda Rousey tap out here.
At
And
some
in
point,
fact,
yes.
I've got 1 point, 1 confidence point on Becky Lynch, and then in our prop bets, tapping out Ronda Rousey. So I've got Becky going over here with 1 confidence point.
All right.
I'll be very, very excited if that happens. But I also think that this is a scenario that could play out. Ronda Rousey wins. She sticks around for a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
Ronda Rousey wins. She has both titles. That image right there plays on ESPN. It plays on Good Morning America. She goes out and does the media rounds. She's the big crossover star. So I could see WWE loving that image. After the match, to send the crowd home happy, Becky Lynch attacks, and she stands tall in the end, but she doesn't have titles.
Here's the thing about Ronda holding both belts. If she's having...
I have no idea how they'd play that out.
If she's considering taking a leave to go start a family, if this is even a consideration, then I don't know if she'd want to double down on the amount she'd have to do now, appearing on both Raw and SmackDown. Granted, not weekly.
She might love it.
Entirely possible.
We don't know.
We don't know.
And I don't think they know.
I don't know. I
think
kind of
they
feel like
know.
once they made the main event, they kind of had an idea of what they wanted to do.
I don't know.
I kind of feel that's the case.
No,
I feel
man,
like
they don't know anything.
Yeah, they do. They know. I feel like in this case, they know.
I have 1 confidence point on this match.
Becky's totally
Less than the Battle Royals.
That's weird.
Less than everything.
It's weird.
No way, man.
I'm just going to decide it all. Anyways, do some prop bets.
Yeah, that's pretty much going to decide everything.
Is Dean going to show up? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's going to celebrate with Roman. I don't
gonna
think he's
help him
going to
win.
I don't think he's going to help him. Well, he might.
Why'd you write Steve there? Your name's already there.
Because Steve is always yes.
How about that?
Yes, Dean will show up.
A lot of times you're a no. Who taps the main event?
Ronda.
Charlotte. Because if Ronda wins, Charlotte's going to tap. Because Becky ain't tapping.
No, Becky's definitely not
Becky
tapping.
is not tapping.
No.
It's 50-50 whether Becky makes Charlotte or Ronda tap at this point because they might want to push for a singles match between Ronda and Becky somewhere down the line. Safe bet seems Charlotte's the one that's tapping out.
It's hot right now. Ronda loves Becky. She's going to tap out for Becky Lynch.
All right. Will there be a
Let
John...
me ask you something.
What?
After now we have all the go home stuff.
Yeah.
Is there any chance that Ronda actually was upset about the Twitter stuff?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't care.
I don't know. No, well, it's not a matter of do you care or not. It's a matter of that figures into a lot of things.
Oh, potentially.
You know?
But
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. And if that's the case, I guess they're mission accomplished, you know?
Yeah.
Got people talking.
Yeah.
Got the thought in people's head that there was
I
legit heat
agree.
between them to amp up this feud.
I know. That's what I'm talking about.
And if there is, you know, I hope it gets worked out. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it.
Well, I don't think I wasn't asking if you were bothered by it. I was just curious about how you thought about it.
I assume anything involved with wrestling is at least partially a work.
Yeah, I think most of it's fake.
Yeah. Will we get a John Cena appearance? Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah, of course.
Totally.
Absolutely.
Completely. What about Undertaker?
No.
No. He's
He's
already...
going to be a StarCast.
Yeah, he's already World Starcast. Now,
gonna be
here's
Starcast.
the last one. So, the challenge has been laid down between from Hawkins and Ryder to the Revival. This match has not been confirmed yet.
Yeah, it's going to happen, though, isn't it?
Probably on the kickoff show, yes.
Yeah.
So, the question is, will Kurt Hawkins' losing streak end?
No.
No.
No, it won't.
No. That's a safe bet. No.
That's a pretty safe bet. They have to build to that.
Yeah, you think so?
They have to build to that.
You'd think they would.
It's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it's
you
kinda
know,
a deal.
honestly, where I wish it would happen is main event.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it would happen in the main event of main event.
Yeah, the people put eyeballs on main event.
Like, screw this tag nonsense. Have a killer feud between him and EC3 on main event.
And have him lose to EC3. Or,
And
sorry,
have-
beat EC3.
Yeah.
Oof. Oof.
Main event really needs to be its own, like, sub-show.
It needs to be the
if
loser
you-
locker room
if
show
you-
exclusively.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, if you're watching that, you're into the deep cuts there.
Man, there is a lot of, yeah, be an interesting show. Let's make for some fun live streaming here. Waiting for some of these predictions to come to fruition.
I know. I mean,
I'm going to mark out huge if Colin Jost holds up that Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal trophy.
Yeah, I'll probably mark out pretty big How many confidence points? Is that
just one.
your one?
Yeah.
I like that your one confidence point is on Colin Jost and mine is on Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
A year ago, would you have ever thought those words would be spoken? In the main event, I have one confidence point on Becky Lynch, and in the Andre Battle Royal, you have one on Colin Jost.
I know.
Wrestling is so weird.
It's a strange thing, man.
It took us 40 minutes to do our predictions for WrestleMania.
Well, there's 15 confirmed matches.
so many matches. Anyways, thanks everybody for tuning in. We appreciate it, and hopefully we'll see you on Sunday.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Where's the Patreon? There it is.
Be a part of Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steven Larson. Starting at $1 a month, you can enjoy Going In Raw ad-free, gain access to the daily 30-minute Going In Raw post show, exclusive merchandise, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.